right, tell me this. Ever had more month left at the end of your money? Whether you earn 15K or 50K, it somehow disappears. Poof. Like your socks in the washing machine. But here's the truth most people won't tell you. It's not about how much you earn. It's about what you do with what you earn. And if you're making these budget mistakes, spoiler, most Indians are, you'll stay stuck in survival mode. But not today. Today, we're fixing that. Mistake number 1. No plan at all. Let's start with the biggest and most common mistake. Not having a plan at all. Like seriously, no budget, no tracking, no idea where your money went. It's like driving a car with your eyes closed and wondering why you hit a wall. You keep earning, but it disappears. You think, I just got paid, so why is my account already empty? Sound familiar? So what happens next? You start living paycheck to paycheck. Rent time comes and suddenly you're panicking. Groceries? Stressful. A friend's birthday? You avoid it. And let's be honest, it feels horrible when you have to borrow 500 rupees in the last week of the month. Just because you bought one small coffee every day without thinking. Those small things, they add up. But here's the fix. Start using a zero-based budget. It's simple. You write down how much you earn. Then you list your expenses, like rent, food, travel, savings. Then subtract everything from your income. Every single rupee should have a purpose, like a job. Even if you earn 15K a month, you can save 1,000 rupees, keep 500 rupees for fun stuff, and yes, 300 rupees for that occasional biryani craving. Because here's the fun part. Most of us spend more on Swiggy and Zomato than we do on savings. So budget like you're feeding your future, not just your food app cravings. But even if you've got a budget, this next mistake silently ruins it. Mistake number 2, budgeting like you're rich. Okay, this one might sound a little strange, but a lot of us are guilty of it. Budgeting like we're rich. Yep, you might be earning 20K, 25K, maybe 30K a month, but you're trying to live like someone earning 80K. Think about it. Uber rides everywhere instead of taking the metro, ordering in food 4 times a week, weekend getaways to Goa, even if your wallet is begging for mercy. And let's not forget, those 5,000 branded shoes that look great on Instagram but murder your savings account. Why? Because social media makes us feel like if we're not constantly spending, we're missing out. Everyone's flaunting something, vacations, new phones, fancy restaurants, and we start to feel behind. So what do? We swipe that credit card. We hit that buy now button with zero hesitation. We tell ourselves, YOLO, I deserve this. And suddenly, we've got no savings, only screenshots of what we bought and Maggie at 2 a.m. because we're too broke for dinner. But here's the fix. Set spending rules based on your reality, not Instagram. Use the 50-30-20 rule. It's simple. 50% of your income for needs, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings. So if you earn 30K a month, you don't have 9K to blow on Zara clothes. You have 9K to protect your future. That's your peace of mind money. Because being rich isn't about looking rich. It's about being in control. And that starts with smart choices. Quick pause. If what I just said feels a little too real, like I just described your bank account, then hey, take a second and hit that subscribe button. Because let's be clear, this channel, it's not here to make you feel guilty. It's here to help you grow smarter with money, one video at a time. We're in this together. Whether you earn 15K or 50K, I'll show you how to make it work. All right, ready? Let's jump into the next budgeting mistake you need to avoid. Mistake number 3, no emergency fund. All right, raise your hand if you've ever had one random emergency completely wipe out your bank account. Maybe your phone suddenly broke. Maybe it was a last-minute doctor visit, or worse, an accident. And boom, just like that, all your savings, gone. It's one of the most painful budgeting mistakes out there, not having an emergency fund. Here's the truth. If you don't have even a small backup fund, you're just one bad day away from borrowing money from friends, or worse, taking a high-interest loan just to survive. And let's be honest, Asking someone for money is not just awkward, it's stressful, embarrassing, and it eats away at your confidence. But here's the good news. You don't need lakhs in savings to feel secure. Start with just 500 rupees a month. That's it. Put it in a separate savings account. Label it something dramatic like "Do Not Touch, Emergency Only," so your brain doesn't get tempted by a sale on sneakers or Swiggy. Think of it like your financial seatbelt, kind of boring at first, until it literally saves you when life takes a sharp turn. And listen, emergencies aren't always huge. Sometimes they come in small, sneaky forms. Like those daily expenses you don't even notice. 100 rupee here, 200 rupee there. They feel harmless, but by the end of the month, they quietly rob your future. So let's talk about those tiny budget leaks next, because you're probably losing more than you realize. Mistake number 4, ignoring microspending. All right, let's be real. 60 rupees for coffee, 50 rupees for an auto ride, and that discounted t-shirt for 399 rupees from an online sale? None of it feels like a big deal, right? But here's the catch. These small spends are silent killers. Because by the end of the month, guess what? You've easily spent 3,000 rupees to 5,000 rupees on things you didn't even plan for. And then you're sitting there wondering, why didn't my savings plan work again? The answer isn't your salary, it's your habits. Here's a simple fix. Track every expense for just 30 days. Write down every rupee. Yes, even that 10 rupee packet of chips. You'll be shocked at how much disappears without you noticing. Now here's my favorite hack, the 2-day rule. If you find something you want to buy but it's not planned, wait 2 days. If you still want it after 48 hours, go ahead and buy it guilt-free. But 9 times out of 10, you'll either forget about it or realize you didn't actually need it. That rule alone, it can save you thousands each year. Because trust me, your future self doesn't want a drawer full of keychains, 12 tote bags, and no emergency fund. All right, deep breath. You've made it through the sneaky everyday leaks. But up next, let's bust one big myth that's keeping 90% of salary earners stuck in the same cycle, month after month. Mistake number 5, saving after spending. Let's talk about one of the biggest lies we tell ourselves. I'll just spend what I need and save whatever's left. Sounds logical, right? But here's the spoiler. There's never anything left. Because when you spend first, life has a funny way of eating up all your money. One birthday, one Swiggy order, one emergency shopping deal, and boom, 0 rupee by the 25th of the month. What happens next? You feel guilty. You say, next month I'll do better. But it never changes. This is what we call the guilt cycle, and it keeps you stuck in the same loop every single month. So here's the fix. Flip the script. Save first, then spend. Even if it's just 500 rupees or 1,000 rupees, move it to a separate savings account the moment your salary hits your bank. Yes, do it before you even open Zomato. Here's a mindset shift that helped me. Treat your savings like rent. You don't skip rent, right? So don't skip your savings either. Because savings equals safety. Savings equals freedom. Savings equals options. Now, you might ask, but what if my income changes every month? If you're a freelancer or a gig worker, this next part is just for you. Because flexible income needs a different budgeting approach, and it's easier than you think. Mistake number 6. Inconsistent income? No consistent budget. All right, let's talk about something tricky. Inconsistent income. If you're a freelancer, a gig worker, or anyone whose salary changes every month, you probably feel like budgeting is a waste of time. One month you make 25K. The next month, just 15K. So you think, what's the point of making a budget if my income is never the same? And that's the mistake. Because what actually happens? You end up spending too much during good months, because it feels like you're finally rich. And then, during slow months, you're stuck, struggling to pay rent, skipping groceries, and stressing 24/7. You feel frustrated, embarrassed, and totally out of control. So here's the fix. Use a bare-bones budget. What's that? It's the minimum amount you need to survive each month. Rent, groceries, bills, transport, that's it. No shopping, no dining out, no extras. Let's say your bare minimum is 12,000 rupees. That becomes your base budget. So even if you earn 25K this month, you don't splurge. You cover the 12K, then save or invest the rest. And if you earn only 15K next month, you're still safe. You already know what you need. It's like having a financial safety net, even when life is unpredictable. You might be surprised. Many low-income families manage to buy gold, invest, and pay off loans, even without fancy salaries. Why? Because they mastered this mindset. They plan for the worst and prepare during the best. And that leads us into one final powerful trick smart earners use. The one habit that separates the broke from the wealthy. A last fix. Treat budgeting as a freedom tool. You know what most people think when they hear the word budget? Restrictions, rules, no fun. But that's the biggest lie we've all been told. Because the truth is, budgeting doesn't trap you. It frees you. Think about it. When you don't have a budget, you're constantly reacting to your money. You get paid, and it disappears. You spend, and then panic at the end of the month. You feel stressed, anxious, embarrassed, even ashamed. But when you do have a budget, everything changes. You're no longer reacting to money. You're directing it. You're telling it exactly where to go, like a boss. Rent? Covered. Groceries? Sorted. Fun money? Still there, but planned. Budgeting doesn't mean saying no to fun. It means saying yes to what really matters. Peace of mind. Freedom to make choices. A future where you're not scared of money anymore. And here's the most powerful part. Whether you earn 15K or 50K a month, you can feel broke or secure. Because the number isn't the problem. The habits are. And the best news? Habits can be changed. You just have to start. And now that you've learned how to fix the biggest budget mistakes, it's time to bust the budgeting myths that are still holding you back. The university budgeting myths that keeping you broke onto are finances. Now that you know how to budget no matter your income, you're already ahead of 90% of people. But there's one more trap budgeting myths that most Indians believe, and they're silently ruining your progress. Curious? Watch this next. Top 7 Indian budgeting myths that are keeping you broke. Trust me, you'll never look at money the same way again. And hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with someone still waiting for their salary. On the 3rd of the month,